Well, now let's look on how you can be able to compound your 10,000 savings of each and every month and grow it to a whopping amount of 400k. All right, because numbers don't lie. And let me tell you one thing, people usually despise that small amount of savings and they do not know there is something called the power of compounding. By the way, there is a very big quote by somebody by the name Albert Einstein. You can go check it. By the way, if there is something great and when it comes to wealth creation, is the compounding effect. Enough with all the words, let's get into the business. But before I do that, do you know that I always post a video each and every day talking about things like this, how you can grow your money, how you can invest, making money online, be it either conventional and all those kind of things. So if you don't want to miss any of my good videos in the future, do this. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free of charge. Down below there on your right, there is a small button written subscribe. It is in black. Hit that magical button, turn that notification bell and like this video. And by only doing that, a whole YouTube will notify you whenever I upload a new good video. So let's get into the business now. Here you are. Let's say you always manage to save yourself 10k each and every month. Now, how do you actually transform that amount of money to a whopping this amount of money? And by the way, this one does not even require any active involvement. It's just you depositing somewhere and also growing it so that at least you can make the amount. How do you do that? Now, this is the point I want you to take. Now, this is the 10k that you have or you're saving each and every month, all right? Now, I want you to pick two circles. Obviously, the reason why I'm saying two circles is because you don't put all your eggs in one basket. We always say it's good to spread the risk. You never know. This is life, right? So pick two circles. And one circle gives you an interest rate of 17% on the dividends. And the other circle gives you a 15% interest rate on the dividends as well. I know you are asking, guess what? There are some even circles that I don't want to name names that usually give up to 20%. I'm going to go with the one of 17 and the one with 15. And again, the same circles, they usually have another account called the force account. That force account or the circle that we call the fixed deposit account is usually gives you what we call a fixed deposit interest. Guess what now? I want you to understand me clearly here. You are opening two accounts. Basically, you're opening one account, but you're given two accounts at a go. Number one, you're given an account with what we call the dividend share or share dividend account. And the other one, you're given what we call the fixed deposit account. On the share dividend account, you're being given 17%. On the fixed deposit, you're given, say, 12% or maybe, let's say, 11%. I've actually calculated using 11%. So if you get 12%, that's an added advantage. All right. Now, guess what? Now, you have your 10K here that you save each and every month. I want you to divide that amount, 5 to two different circles. And most of the circles, they tell you the fixed deposit or the minimum deposit per month is 2,500. So how about you do this? Okay, you take your 2,500, you deposit, let's say pick the circle one, which gives us 17%. It's on this side. The circle one that gives you the 17% on the shares, you deposit 2,000 each and every month. In a period of 1 year, you have a fixed deposit of, or rather you have a cumulative deposit of 30,000. Now 30,000 attract the 17%. Obviously, there is a tax. So if you were to calculate, it gives you like roughly 34,000. Actually, should be more, but anyway, there is a 15% withholding tax on the interest that you make. That is year one of the dividend account or the dividend share account. The same year, remember, you're also depositing another 2,500 on the fixed deposit account that is giving you, say, 12%. When you reduce it, maybe it goes to 7.9 or 11% around there. I picked 11%. Now that gives you 33,000, around there, 33,000. You can actually confirm these figures out there with you. And by the way, the figure is so because there is a deduction of 15% on the withholding tax on the what? On the interest. Now, if you were to add the two of them to actually realize the amount of money that you've accumulated in that year, you realize that you're playing around with 67,068, around that amount of money. That is year one on circle one on both accounts of dividends and share account, or rather the dividends of the share and the fixed account. All right, that is year one on circle one on two accounts. All right, the second year, we're still on circle one. On the second year, now that amount of money of 34,000, remember, it is still there. Therefore, it will attract 17% of it because it's called compounding effect. And this is where the circle becomes amazing compared to banks, because in banks, the 30,000, the 2,500, or typically the 30,000 remain constant, or it's the one that is subjected to what we call the interest rate of 17%. Now, this 34 will be subjected to 17%. But remember, you're still continuing with your what? The deposit. Therefore, it means the 34 will accumulate to 39,448. You can calculate the numbers at the end of the year. All right. And remember, there is another one that you have actually been accumulating. You're adding on top of that, basically another 34,000. So if you were to calculate the 34,000 plus the 39,000, that kind of gives you a good amount of money. Close 34 plus 39, that's gives you like 73,000. That is on the share account. On the on the fixed deposit account, remember you had 33,000. This amount now attracts the 11%. All right, the 11% gives you like 37%, 860 at the end of the year. And remember, you are still continuing to deposit, so that gives you 37% plus the other one is 33%. That gives you like 40 something or something of sort. So if you were to calculate that and add together, you're getting over 150,000, 160, around that amount of money. And remember, what you're saying is about 2.5 years period of time. Now, if you were to add up on top of what we call the half an year interest, of course, you calculate the half an year deposit on both FOSA and also dividend account, and also the same case. So you realize you're actually getting a whooping of 220,000 at the end of this 2.5 years on both the FOSA and that of called the dividend share account in that period of 2.5 years. That is circle 1. Now we go to the circle 2. Are you still together with me? I want to show you the power of compounding effect of your money, because people say, hey, is it possible? Can one make some money out of it? Let me show you. Now, we've realized on circle 1, we are getting close to 220,000 or around 200,000, around there, all right? Now, we go to circle number 2. The circle number 2, I said pick it at 15% at dividends on the shares, and also pick it at 11% on the FOSA or the fixed account. So if you do the same mathematics, you realize at the end of the year, and I said pick 2,500 on FOSA, 2,500 on dividend share. So if you were to deposit 2,500 on FOSA, the same as case on the dividends. On the dividends, you get 33,950, because typically you're going to deposit 30,000. You calculate that by 15% and subtract the interest rate of 15% withholding tax on the interest. Therefore, you get close to 33,950. That is year 1. All right. And year 2, the same amount of money I said is also subjected to the 15% because it is compounding. Then it gives you close to 38,242. That is after the deduction of the tax. And the year one on what we call the fixed deposit, you get the 32,300, because it gives you like close to 11% around there. The year 2 on the same amount gives you 35,500 and that. But now the question is this, because the same year you got the 32,300, the second year you got 35,500. So if you add the two to get the total amount of money that you've accumulated in that period of 2 years, that gives you like close to 67,000 around there. Now on the fixed deposit, now you get on the dividends, on the share dividends, you get like 33,950 plus 38,900. That gives you like close to 72 or 71 around there. So if you add the two, that is close to 100 and what? 70 something, and that gives you like 140, 150 around there. Therefore, then you still have another half an year to actually accumulate your dividends. So you get that is giving you another close to 200K. So if you take the 200K plus the 200K that you had on the other side, we are talking of whopping 400,000, what we call cumulative amount of money in terms of your interest. Now, tell me guys, you despite that 10K deposit each and every time, and the problem you do is that you do your fixed deposit in a bank which gives you like 5% or 6%. It's not even compounding, all right? That amount of money is subjected to interest, and that's why I always tell people, these are areas where you can actually go ahead and deposit your money. By the way, let me tell you one thing. You not only accumulate this amount of money at the end of the year, both on the share and the fixed, you also actually subject yourself to what we call the capability of you being given what we call a loan out of these specific places. And I know one thing, you're asking yourself, fine, How do I get the loans from these places? Some of them, or actually most of them, tell you that you have to front 4 guarantors to guarantee you to get a loan. But that's option A. Option B, you can actually guarantee yourself using the money that you have. Say you have a cumulative portfolio of close to 400,000, all right? Therefore, you can always take like 380,000 from them. You take the 380,000, go do your business. Once you manage to repay back, you get your money there. And guess what? That money is still accumulating profit for you. Say you're given 2 years to repay back your loan, and they have given you actually 380,000. You're also making a profit out of the money that you left there. You're also doing your business out there. You can actually do what you call the loan repayment using the amount of money that you've invested. And also, if you manage to repay fully your loan, that means that you actually get your money, which has actually been growing in that period of 2 years. I'm telling you, if you can actually apply this formula as early as you can, say you're lucky, you are one of the lucky Kenyans out there, you got your employment as early as you can, say you're at your 30s or something, then these are areas that you can actually pick and actually grow yourself. And within 2, 3, 4, 5 years, by the time you realize you already created yourself a very big portfolio where you can invest your money, do amazing thing, and actually grow yourself to the next level. This is the parting shot that I want to leave you with. When it comes to wealth creation, time is needed, discipline is needed, and consistency is needed. Those 3 things actually goes hand in hand for you to accumulate wealth. I know this sounds like a lot of numbers. You just sit down with pen and paper, calculate all these numbers slowly by yourself. Or if you feel you're kind of confused, you can visit any circle. Obviously, I suggest circles that actually have been there in operation for quite a long period of time. They have what we call a good reputation. You can consult some people, and perhaps you do not know what circle you can be able to join. You can grab my number from the description of this specific video. I do have a ready booklet on the top 9 best circles in Kenya. That book goes for 250, or I personally, I can guide you step by step or on what circles you can actually join. And I do charge for my services for just a cup of coffee, which is quite affordable. Get that number of mine, get me inbox, let's get personal, and let's talk about the businesses, and let's talk about investments. And by the way, this is one way of actually accumulating your money. There is money market fund, there is treasury bills, there is treasury bonds, there is all those kind of things. So if you would be interested in all those kind of things, you can use the same number, give me a call, and I give you the booklets for only 280. Or if you're looking forward into investing in conventional way, I as well have those booklets about investments, about businesses, and what have you for the same amount of money of 280. Grab that number, give me a call, and for now, it's a goodbye. But don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and comment down below. Tell me what you think, because I'm a believer. Just like an iron sharpens another iron, so do we learn from each other. For now, it's a goodbye. See ya.